Ocean tides are gatekeepers of groundwater discharge to Hawaii's coastal zone. This is by University of Hawaii at Manoa. Submarine groundwater discharge is a process by which water exits coastal aquifers and enters the ocean. And this could be terrestrial freshwater or salty seawater that intruded into the porous aquifer at the ocean's edge. A new study published on Scientific Reports by University of Hawaii at Manoa researchers showed that while precipitation and sea level drive coastal groundwater levels, it is sea level, especially tides, that play gatekeeper on the amount of groundwater discharge to Hawaii's coastal zone. Groundwater is a vital resource for humans and ecosystems, of course. For example, the addition of groundwater to the nearshore nourishes coastal food chains, supporting many traditional native Hawaiian agricultural practices, such as kilauea, fish ponds, that is. However, coastal aquifers and submarine groundwater discharge are increasingly affected by climate variation and sea level rise. While rainfall drives the amount of fresh water in the aquifer, it is difficult to understand and predict the volume and timing of submarine groundwater discharge due to the complex nature of seasonal seawater intrusion, tidal pumping, and wave setup occurring on daily timescales. This is what the lead author, Trista McKenzie, said, who was a postdoctoral researcher in the Department of Earth Science, University of Hawaii Manoa School of Ocean and Earth Science and Technology, and is currently a postdoctoral researcher at University of Gothenburg, Sweden, saying in places like West Hawaii, where aquifer structures are complex and unknown, long-term observations are the only way to characterize this process. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box. In 2016, Henrietta Dulai, professor of earth science in SOEST, and colleagues constructed an autonomous radon monitor which can be used to calculate the magnitude of submarine groundwater discharge. The instrument was deployed in Kiholo Bay for several years, and with the gracious support of Hui Aloha Kiholo and the Nature Conservatory, and collected data at an unprecedented length and resolution. The instrument can capture a revealing set of data as it was deployed through significant weather events and ocean conditions, including tropical cyclones, a tsunami, king tides, droughts, and an El Nino period, and sea level anomalies. McKenzie and study co-authors Dulai and Peter Fulecki applied traditional and novel time series analysis techniques to understand the patterns of submarine groundwater discharge, how it is affected by precipitation, tides, and waves, and in turn, how it affects coastal salinity. The data reveals drivers of groundwater discharge. The researchers found that when rainfall is low, groundwater discharge and coastal salinity are modulated entirely by the tides, with larger discharge at low tide. When precipitation is above a threshold, it becomes a major driving, pushing groundwater out of the aquifer and causing lower salinities at the coastline. This pattern is especially pronounced during El Nino periods. And furthermore, during heavy rains, such as during tropical cyclones, coastal salinity decreases immediately due to fresh water flowing off the land surface. The team's analysis also showed that high precipitation resulted in higher groundwater levels and a gradual increase in submarine groundwater discharge with a time lag of several weeks. Supporting sustainable management, understanding patterns like these helps improve coastal aquifer management, which are the main water resource for the islands, as well as the management of coastal ecosystems and aquaculture, said Dulai. And while native Hawaiians were well aware of submarine groundwater discharge and were extremely successful in managing coastal resources for centuries. Ongoing changes in precipitation patterns and sea level rise due to climate change, as well as groundwater withdrawal from the aquifer by humans, led to changes in submarine groundwater discharge patterns. The analysis presented in this research are the first step in understanding what to expect under normal and extreme climate events, and the team is poised to apply the gained knowledge and work with coastal communities to apply these findings in their management decisions. This is by University of Hawaii at Manoa on phys.org. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support.